Ever heard of Kill la Kill? Imagine if right before Ryuko and Satsuki fought, they had a 10-minute sex scene. What's up guys, Funa level 47 and welcome to Watch for the Plot. What I essentially do is troll through the catacombs of the darkest parts of the internet to find animated erotic videos and then criticize them on the internet because no one else wants to me talk about it in the real world. But if you do, subscribe for more. Boys! So today we're doing a short review on a show I happened to stumble upon while looking for another one, and I decided why not and give it a chance. And let's just say I was slightly impressed. So Okusama Wa Michael is based on aliens crashing to Earth and the technology falling into the wrong hands. Whose hands do they fall in? What do they do with said technology? How is this a hentai? I will answer all these questions and more, but I have to start from the beginning. In episode 1. So after the aliens crash, their ship disintegrates and the ship ejects capsules. Now in those capsules are very burnt humanoid corpses who I assume died upon the plummet into Earth's atmosphere. Now you're probably asking me this, what does any of this have to do with technology like you mentioned before if nothing was found other than dead bodies? I'm going to get to that. So the aliens who landed here through the crashed spaceships weren't the humanoid corpses. Now before we obtain any further information about that, we flash to our main character named Miku getting married to her husband named Amano. After a honeymoon session, we flash back to the next day and see Amano at the doctor's office taking care of a patient. This patient with blue hair named Komori is having stomach issues and Mishima over here wants to give them an experimental cocktail she came up with on her own at home or some shit, I don't fucking know. And it's supposed to cure their ailment. Amano at first hesitates because it obviously hasn't been tested at all, but after denying it, he must have allowed it to happen because the nurse injects it into them. And then Komori, well, obviously reacts because something bad happened. And I'm saying that because everyone's panicking and Komori is basically like out of it. While all that was happening, we flash back to Miku at home, a lot of flashing back here, doing the laundry because she's a housewife apparently, and while doing the laundry, she stumbles upon a sentient apron that talks and is named Furu. When she puts the apron on, she is buck naked because apparently he can only transform into one piece of clothing. After describing his powers and teleporting her outside while in the nude, she now understands the basics of her newly acquired Kill la Kill powers. I don't know what the technical name of these suits are called in the anime, but if you do, don't let me know. I'm allowed not to know stuff, okay? We also come to find out that Furfuru was one of the aliens that crashed, and apparently the bodies that were found when the site was excavated weren't the aliens, it was the clothing themselves that the bodies were left in. I don't even understand what that means, but there are like tons of threads or clothing of Furu just like himself all over the planet. So now let's zip on all the way back to the hospital. Remember that place? Yeah, go back there. And after Komori had a terrible reaction, they grew a dick somehow, throbbing, and now they have rabid caveman Kuming senses, and they are trying to ravage upon a nurse, the same nurse who injected them. And then the head doctor comes out with a glue gun contraption thingy and completely knocks Komori out. I don't know what this is. This is alright. That's a thing. After that, they either had to call Komori's parents or guardians or something. I don't know. What I do know is that Asano was disowning Amano because he allowed this new blood Mishima to drug a patient of theirs, and now they are working overtime to either reverse the effects or something like that. There's no other reason because the only thing I can think of is that they're trying to find research to protect themselves from a lawsuit, but that's not it at all because they're not lawyers. Flash all the way back to the kitchen now. We're doing a lot of, like I said, a lot of flashbacks. So Mika, being the A+ housewife she is, after hearing about Furu's powers, she decides to make dinner and calls up on the boy Amano. Amano says, hey, no, I'm staying at the hospital, goodbye. After making an entire table of food, she's triggered, and obviously she is because no one can eat this shit. And so she decides the best thing is to hit up Furu, fly across town butt naked, and give Amano his leftovers. And what is he doing right about now while she's flying to the hospital? Oh, he's just in a threesome. Episode 2. So explain how the threesome came to be. It's quite simple. Remember this woman here? Yeah. And remember when I said Furu has peers similar to himself that is alien technology that can enhance human capabilities? Well, apparently, Asano has alien technology in her possession, and that's how she quelled Komori. So she hypnotizes Mishima and makes her only goal in her mind to cum on Amano. Asano, the doctor's white hair, keep track of me, come on, keep track, keep paying attention. Use one of those mind control devices, tase the thingamabobbers here. It looks like a little like motherboard chip or something, I don't fucking know. When he comes to, lol, he is no longer under control of his body, Asano is, and continuously just goes at it again. So now you get the context. So let's flash back to the present where Miku is pulling up to the hospital and rocks the nurse's outfit while trying to find her husband. Now, remember what type of show this is, guys. If a woman is wandering around a hospital that is abandoned and dark, what do you think? Wait, who is that? So that's a thing. After escaping a potentially gruesome fate, she stumbles upon yet another one. As soon as she drops her husband's dinner off at his work desk, she sees and hears something suspicious. And I assume smell, because sex smells. Well, she sees an eerily bright neon pink light reflecting off a door that is slightly ajar. And what she hears are cheeks getting clapped. And what she smells are cheeks getting clapped. After seeing them going at it, she's at a loss for words and is speechless. Not even a moment after processing that horrendous information, Komori leaps on top of her and then proceeds to implant their seed into her. After quite some time, Miku uses her powers, which Furu didn't help, by the way. Miku was like, hey bro, Furu, can you help me? I'm kind of getting, violated here. Radio silent. And out of sudden, then Furu's like, oh, here you go, here's some power, brother. It's like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Like, selfish piece of trash. Anyway, then once Miku escapes, she tries to go and pull Amano out of the threesome. Right when she gets to the door, Asano pulls up and says, hey, what are you doing? And while she's saying that, she pulls another one of those motherboard chip control device thingies right here. I don't know what these are called, guys, okay? Just go along with me. She tries to control Miku with it, but Miku dodges it somehow and it hits Komori in the back instead. So now Komori is doubly under control. However, that can't be a thing, so it must have rebounded and strengthened the signal. So now all three of them who are under control, i.e. Mishima, Amano, and Komori, are now more degenerate than they were before. So now they're like basically like animals at this point. They just go to the rooftop and just copulate. And while they were copulating, their sex drive emitted an even stronger signal than the one that Komori had, rebounding Asano's signal to control Miku. And this signal that they're emitting that's even stronger than before is their life force. Anyway, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. This is causing my brain to melt. Just put it that way. And Asano sees all this happening and she decides to double down and use another taser mind control device to attract all those signals to her body to make herself even stronger, which I have to say there, is it worth the risk? If 1/3 of the signal turned 3 fully functional adults into absolute safe crazy lunatics, then what's going to happen if one person absorbs all of that? Did she predict it was going to amplify her power and knock all 3 of them out or something? Like, what? Man, having the confidence of a main villain would be life-changing. She literally risked her life, went all in, and it paid off. So now Asano has knocked 2 birds out of 1 stone, get rid of all the weaklings, and having 3 times as much power. 4 times, technically, because she had her own power. And she's ready to face off against Miku, the last person she couldn't get under control. So now, back against the wall, Dynamax Asano over here, Furu decides to come out and talk to Miku and give her access to her full range of powers, which again, Furu only did this because now his life is in jeopardy as well. Furu's a selfish capitalistic bastard. The superpowers that Furu gives Miku is a black hole above her head that she can pull kitchen utensils out of in like this angel form, whatever. I don't know what the fuck this is. She uses these kitchen utensils, beats the hell out of Asano, renders her unconscious, and then that's it. Yes, the climax of the show, was only 10 seconds long. So I'm not gonna go into further investigation or further analyzing what her powers are or why it looks like that. I'm not gonna try to like reference anything else before like Greek mythology, some bullshit, because it's only 10-second fight. There's no point in doing this at all. Literally no point. So after she defeats the evil villain, she puts a sign on her like Spider-Man bow tying criminals to cops, except the sign calls Asano and Mishima whores, so this would be like if Spider-Man was an incel. And after that, she goes home, gets fucked by her husband like 100 times, and then Furu tells her she must hunt 700,000 more aliens just like himself, and then the show ends. And that was Okusama Wa Michael. Was that any of what you expected at all? If you said yes, stop lying to yourself. No one needs you. But that was quite entertaining to say the least. Nothing much more to say because the cliffhanger either insinuates that there is more to be told, i.e. a sequel, or that she's just hunting aliens for the rest of her life until she dies. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I don't have an outro, but if I did, it wouldn't matter because Dole makes it this far into the video. Good night. Is that my outro? Okay, for some reason, you guys are insane. So, last video I said thanks for 170. I now have 180. Jesus Christ. 2 videos before that, I said thanks for 160. Like, what is going on here? Don't you guys have lives? Anyway, thanks for 180 subscribers. We're good. This is good. Just stop. Thank you.